what's going on? It's Emily and welcome back to Living Plantfully. So I wanted to start the year off with a very simple and basic recipe because I know in the new year, a lot of people get into cooking for the first time, or they're like, you know what, this year, my resolution is gonna be that I'm gonna cook more often and all that kind of stuff. So I have lived in Italy for almost 3 years now, and I went vegan while I was living here in Italy. And this dish was my go-to, my ride or die pretty much at any restaurant that I would go to, any Italian restaurant. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make spaghetti aglio, olio e peperoncino, which basically means spaghetti with garlic, oil, and red chili flakes or chili flakes. So you can't go wrong with this dish at any restaurant. It's so delicious, and as long as you say senza formaggio, which means without cheese, you're good. It's very traditional, and they pretty much make it the same at any place. I'm gonna show you guys how easy this recipe is to make. So let's get into it. Like I said, this recipe is so simple. I don't want you to be intimidated because it sounds all fancy or whatever. It's so easy. This is all the ingredients you're gonna need right here, with the exception of maybe a few. So obviously you're going to need to have some pasta, and they usually serve it with some like long pasta, either like fettuccine or just regular spaghetti. Then obviously, because it's garlic oil, you're going to need to have some garlic. I have 6 cloves of garlic right here that I minced up. Depending on your liking of garlic, you can use more or less. The star of the dish is gonna be some olive oil. And if you're not a huge fan of olive oil, maybe this isn't the dish for you, or maybe you can use a more mild flavored olive oil. But if you like olive oil, I would recommend that you definitely splurge on some really good quality olive oil for this dish. Most really good olive oil is produced here, so I'm pretty lucky on that one. Then you're gonna need to have some red chili flakes. This is traditional to the dish. If you're not a huge fan of spice, you can just add a little bit. I mean, the dish doesn't call for a lot of peperoncino, but it just really gives it a really nice touch. And then if you want to keep it really traditional, usually it's served with Parmesan cheese. You can substitute the cheese and use some nutritional yeast, obviously. You need to have some fresh parsley to toss it all in with the pasta. It really does need a little bit of freshness, and this does it, and it just adds the perfect flavor. The first thing that we're gonna wanna do to start off our spaghetti aglio olio is to preheat our water, obviously, to cook our noodles. And that's gonna be the first thing to do because the sauce itself is literally this fast. So you wanna have your noodles already cooking. That's gonna be the first thing that we're gonna do. So I have my pasta in the back cooking up. It takes exactly 11 minutes. So towards the end, 5 minutes prior to it being done, you wanna start on the sauce. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make the sauce. Into your cold saucepan, you wanna add in your olive oil and your minced garlic. Now you want to turn on the heat to about a medium, and you basically just want to let your garlic infuse into that oil, and you will notice that it'll start to form like little bubbles around the garlic cloves. Kind of toss them around a little bit. For the garlic, you don't want to mince it super fine because then it's going to burn really quickly in our oil and it's going to get all bitter, and we do not want that to happen. When the garlic is just about to turn brown or golden, you want to take about a ladle full of reserved pasta water and put that into our sauce. This is just going to stop the cooking process of our garlic as well as create the sauce from the starches of the pasta. Then at this point, you want to add in our red chili flakes. Once you have your pasta perfectly cooked al dente, you want to take it straight from the water and put it into our sauce. Oh man, I don't even know if all of this is gonna fit in here. We do want to have our heat around medium. Now what you want to do is just basically toss all of our pasta in the incredible garlic infused oil. Oh man, it smells so good already. Oh yeah. So you can actually see how the pasta water and the oil have kind of created like this really nice sauce. And then to make this like creamy, we're gonna toss in some nutritional yeast. So, depends on your liking, again, how much you wanna add. I like to add a pretty good amount since it is a lot of pasta. And then we're just gonna toss that around in there as well. It can actually come off the heat at this point, so it doesn't need to be on the heat anymore. When you add the nutritional yeast to it, it just makes it, just super creamy. So at this point, we're gonna season everything with salt and pepper. If you seasoned your pasta water really well with salt, you shouldn't need a ton of salt. If you would like to add some more salt, go ahead and do so right now, as well as adding some freshly ground black pepper. And if you feel like the sauce got a little bit too thick, you can always add in just a little bit more of your reserved pasta water, which I'm actually gonna do. So go ahead and add some more pasta water if you'd like. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. You can't forget to toss in the parsley as well. And then you just want to go ahead and serve this up on a huge plate so that everyone can dig in. So there it is, the traditional and very easy spaghetti alle olio e peperoncino. I mean, it's so beautiful. It's such a simple dish, but it is so incredibly flavorful. It's so good. This is my go-to. As long as I say senza formaggio, we're good to go. It's always delicious. It's always on point. And guess what? I learned how to make it by myself at home. So even when I'm not in Italy, I can make this incredible dish. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig in because I've been waiting to have some of this. If you could just hear how creamy this is. Oh yeah. That is such a phenomenal dish. You cannot go wrong with this dish. It is so good. And especially if you're like a new or like beginner cook, this is your go-to dish because how easy was that? It's not very hard to make. It only took a few simple ingredients that you probably already have at your house right now. If you want to go like a little bit of the healthier way, you can totally use some like whole wheat pasta, or you can even use some zucchini noodles, zoodles, or whatever you want to use. I just wanted to show you guys the traditional way to make spaghetti allo olio because it is so good, and it's just one of those traditional dishes here in Italy. Like I said, that is just so incredibly good anywhere you get it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up, and thank you guys so much for all the positive feedback on my last video, the 73 questions video. If you have any other questions for me that you would like to know about me or that you're curious to know about me, be sure to leave them down in the comment section using hashtag QNM, because I will be doing a Q&A video pretty soon, and I want you guys' questions so that you guys can get to know me even better than you did last week with the 73 questions video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified every single Wednesday when a new video goes up. And I will see you guys next week as always. Bye. Why are carbs so good?